Hello, Squad Fam, and welcome to another Sinister Sunday. And this week we are going to Arizona to the Hotel Monte Vista. Okay, and I'll give you just a little snippet of what we're going to go through. Flagstaff's Hotel Monte Vista in Arizona has its fair share of paranormal guests who have truly overstayed their welcome, including a long-term boarder who had a habit of hanging raw meat from a chandelier in room 210, and two women who were thrown from the third floor now attempt to asphyxiate male guests in their sleep. There's also reportedly an infant whose disturbing cries have sent staff members running upstairs from the basement. Even John Wayne, the actor, once had a paranormal encounter here. So, sounds sinister enough for us. Let's get right into this, guys. Located along Route 66 in Flagstaff, Arizona, is the Hotel Monte Vista. Opening on New Year's Day 1927, this historic hotel, listed on the National Registry of Historical Places, has been fully restored to its former glory and continues to serve the traveling public today, along with playing host to numerous famous figures over the years, such as John Wayne, Bing Crosby, and Harry Truman. It also apparently is home to a number of unearthly figures. This hotel is one of the very few American hotels built entirely from taxes, when in 1924 a man by the name of V.M. Slipper spearheaded a local fundraising campaign to build the hotel. In 1924, tourism was a booming business in Flagstaff, where lodging was too scarce to keep visitors in town to spend their hard-earned dollars. So Sliffert's efforts resulted in a city-voted ordinance that established a multiple bond to build the hotel. After its opening on New Year's Day 1927, the hotel was popular not only among the tourists, but also a favorite of the locals, who quickly coined the phrase, "Meet me at the Monte V." In its first year, the hotel hosted Mary Costang's daily 3-hour radio show from room 105. Now, if you didn't know, Mary Costang was the first American woman to be granted a broadcasting license. So, yeah, I think it was in 1924 that she was granted the license. During its opening, the Prohibition era, this didn't stop the hotel from lounge from ignoring the law and running a profitable bootlegging operation out of Flagstaff's most popular speakeasy. However, in 1931, the place was raided by local officials and shut down, only to resume business 2 years later when Prohibition finally came to an end. For 5 years, between 1935 and 1940, the hotel lounge and lobby also offered its many guests a wide range of slot machines to choose from, the only one ever in Flagstaff. Okay. Western movies became the choice of the American public, and more than 100 movies were filmed in nearby Sedona and Oak Creek Canyon. During these filmings, the Hotel Monte Vista hosted such famous guests as Jane Russell, Gary Cooper, Spence Tracy, John Wayne, and Bing Crosby. In one of the rooms of the hotel, a scene from Casablanca was filmed. In fact, it was John Wayne who reported seeing one of the hotel's first ghosts in the late 1950s. Describing the spirit as friendly, the ghost evidently made a brief appearance in the movie star's room. Whoa, so that's interesting. In the 1970s, 3 men robbed a Flagstaff bank near the hotel, where one of the men was shot during their escape from the bank. Lying low and celebrating their successful robbery, the trio stopped in at the Monte, Vista lounge for a drink. However, the wounded man's gunshot injury was obviously more serious than any of them anticipated, because before he could even finish his first drink, he died right there in the lounge. Ooh. Today's staff and guests feel as if this dead bandit is one of the many spirits that haunt the building. One manager reported that he would hear an eerie voice that said hello or good morning when he opened the bar each day. Others have told stories of feeling a ghostly presence while enjoying a drink in the cocktail lounge. Though this might be the ghost of the gunman, the hotel has such a past of shooting cowboys on horseback in the lobby and drunken brawls, they aren't really sure who it is. We're going to have to go there and ask. Who has a spirit box? Come on, nobody did that there. All types of strange phenomenon are reported at the hotel by spirits who make noise, move furniture around, make sudden appearances, ring the lobby telephone, and knock things down. Both employees and guests have heard band music coming from the second floor lobby when there is no band playing. Reportedly, the staff has become so accustomed to the odd occurrences that it has become a joke to them. Well, yeah, like, okay, the ghosts are here again. Stop playing the music, ghost. In room 210, called the Zane Grey Room, many guests have been awakened in the night by a phantom bellboy who knocks on the door with the statement that room service has arrived. However, when the guest opens the door, they see nothing but an empty hallway, not even a glimpse of someone escaping down the long corridor. Others have reported seeing the image of a woman who wanders the hall outside this room. Supposedly, the hotel avoids putting guests with pets in the room because the dogs go crazy with fear and tear up the room. So 210, interesting room. Keep that in mind. There was a website who listed all the famous people who stayed there and what room they stayed in. So maybe I'll add that in for you later. This floor is evidently a hub of ghostly activity, as just down the hall in room 220, all types of strange activity is reported. Evidently, in the early 1980s, this room played host to an eccentric long-term boarder who was known to hang raw meat from the chandelier. Sometime later, he died in this room, and his body was not discovered for several days. Today, guests often complain of hearing coughing and other noises from an otherwise empty room. At one time, after a maintenance man had made several repairs to the room, he turned off the lights and locked the door. However, returning just 5 minutes later, the light was back on, the bed liners stripped, and the television broadcasting at full blast. So the guy likes to watch TV. Just because you're dead doesn't mean you don't want to watch the nightly news. There's like this weird anomaly that keeps appearing here, which it doesn't do it all the time, so it's weird. Nothing should be making that anomaly. Everybody's outside as you're here, so you'll hear a lot of background noise because it's a gorgeous day in New York, so everybody's like fixing their cars and doing all sorts of stuff. So sorry for the background noise, but it is what it is today because it's my only day off, so gotta tape it today. In the Gary Cooper room, many guests have reported being unnerved by the sure feeling that someone is watching them. Reportedly, 2 prostitutes were murdered in this room when they were thrown out the window. Oh my God. The 2 painted ladies have also been reported and sighted in the pool hall and the lounge. In yet another room, number 305, the ghost of a female apparition is often reported as sitting in the rocking chair. Further, if the cleaning staff moves the chair, the next day it will always reappear next to the window. She likes to rock next to the window. Must be an older female spirit. The Hotel Monte Vista was the longest publicly held commercial hotel in the history of America, finally selling it to a private individual in the early 1960s. Located at 100 North San Francisco Street, the old hotel holds tales of scandals, ghosts, and just continues to entertain. So, very interesting. Let's see if we could find any other things on this. So I went looking for ghost pictures, and funny enough, not too many people posted ghost pictures. However, at tripadvisory.com, people posted the pictures of their stay, and look what I found in those pictures. I didn't take these pictures, but this one with the speakeasy man in the window that's reflecting in the mirror but isn't in the window is weird. This one was called The Pretty Lobby, but I'm pretty sure, unless that's a really weird shadow, there's a ghost walking through the door. I tried to find another picture of the lobby so you could see what it looks like, and maybe you could tell me. This is the orange room, but the woman engraved in the door looks odd. This is a straight view of the cocktail lounge. Now look at the next picture. What do you think would make the blue light? I'm up in the air about this one. I don't know. This person put a great orb in their photo of their bedroom. So I wasn't there to take any of these pictures. But in the window on the side, it doesn't really look like a woman of this time, so I'm not sure. Here's another one. Not sure if it's a reflection or not, but these guys get great pictures of their rooms. This is another one. Not quite sure if it's a reflection, but it looks quite odd. I don't know if this is a mirror or a window to another room, so I really can't even make a determination. So I wanted to find out more about the crying baby. So it seems the ghost of a crying baby can be heard in the basement. Nobody knows the true story behind the crying baby, but some locals say that a prostitute who got pregnant was forced to kill her child after giving birth in the tunnels under the hotel. Guests and staff who venture down into the basement often report hearing the sounds of a baby cry. Other strange apparitions in the basement is there is a 6-foot tall shadow man. He's tall, menacing figure who appears to strangers who stumble into the basement, attempting to intimidate them. He also tends to appear to delivery drivers and repairmen, again trying to intimidate them. Nobody knows where he comes from, but he's probably the scariest of the Hotel Monte Vista's ghostly residents. So, other happenings around the hotel: phantom footsteps often follow guests down the halls, and disembodied voices whisper in their ear. Then there are spirits who make weird noises in empty rooms and move furniture around. The staff of the hotel have learned to live with the ghosts, and they consider it a running gag. Guests who are unaware of the haunted nature of the hotel are in for a rude awakening. Yeah. Okay. So there was just this weird anomaly. So I hit go because I was like, oh. So usually the background doesn't move unless something disturbs the background. And what's up there in the left-hand side is odd to me because it's just a door with a coat hanging on it. And the coat isn't moving. So I don't know why there would be anything moving on that side. So if you're a ghostly inhabitant, you have to come closer to me near here. See this dot up here? Yep. And then we can see you if you want to come visit. I don't know. It's so weird to me. Even weirder if something did come right up to the screen, but it would be a good catch for Sinister Sunday. All right. The room with the highest amount of reported ghost activity is 305. Once featured on the television show Unsolved Mysteries, it is the permanent home to an old woman, once a long-term renter, seated in the rocking chair. I told you it was an old woman. Right next door in 306, it's considered the second most haunted room. Guests often report feeling uneasy, being watched, having their possessions move around. Male guests also report feeling someone touching their bodies. Is that where the woman died? I don't remember. Hmm. Oh yeah, the two prostitutes were taken to room 306 only to be murdered. So yeah, so 306 they're touching the man because, I even right we read that other thing that says they feel like they're being asphyxiated. So that's crazy. Okay, so I found some photos, not really of ghosts, but I did find some interesting photos of the rooms, famous people who stayed there, and what rooms they stayed in. But I also found another ghost story. So they say that there's a dancing couple, and on several occasions, lounge staff and patrons have witnessed. On several occasions, lounge staff and patrons have witnessed a transparent couple dancing in the cocktail lounge. They are seen in formal dress, laughing and smiling, eternally dancing. So that's a nice ghost to have in your hotel. Might inspire people to get up and dance. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of Sinister Sunday. And the pictures will all be in here somewhere. And I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, leave me a comment. And if you're not subscribed, we do this every Sunday. It's really fun hearing about all the different haunted places around the world. So come join us. Turn on the notification bell for more content, and we'll see you on the next adventure.